the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where the keeper of the light sounds the foghorn to signal it's time for football. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots.
Project, this ain't what you want.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen, the kicker. Andres Borregales has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Foxborough. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by the NFL's most valuable player in 2024 at quarterback, Josh Allen.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
Khalil Shakir, the intended target. It's second down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. 5 yards on the play. And it's third down. From the gun, it's Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. That's Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. And this is going to pin them back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
The coaches spend all week, Mike, drafting up their opening script. These are the plays that they feel the best with to not only attack the defense early, but try to get an idea of what sort of matchups they're going to see throughout the course of the game. Now, all of that is thrown out the window. None of the plays take into account snapping it this close to your own goal line. They've got to try to get themselves some breathing room, pick up a first down or two. That will allow them to get back on track.
He gets free. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 92 yards. Touchdown, New England. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial wave, and he is gone. He takes it the length of the field for 6.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Pats will take a 7-0 lead. Well, following the touchdown, Morales is back to send this one away. To return, here's Ray Davis. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Ooh. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this 1st quarter. And it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters, too. The play fake, it's May. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Open man to Mario Douglas. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
Woo! They'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, here is Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's touchback. Patriots offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. On the ground is Henderson to start this drive. And he'll work this out to the 23. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, they need 7. Working out of the gun, it's May. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On 3rd and a yard, here's May. That's to Hooper. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the 1st down.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
Offside. Defense. Still 1st down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. On play action, here's May. And he's caught right side by Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. A gain there of 20. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
That one taken in by Douglas. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and They get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd down.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Patriots out on top. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football. They've got 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll go with the sneak, and he will have a Patriots first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown feels like a letdown.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackle back at the 7.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
May to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll try and throw. Here's May. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. That's Taylor Rapp bursting in to bring him down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Patriots will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. Like you find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Working from the pistol. This pass right side taken in by Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And It's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
That one downfield for Cooks. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up second down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. You're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense. So give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
He dives, and what a catch for the first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
You just love to see this effort, especially on third down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
In motion goes Cooks. Throw once more. Here's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake, here's Allen. He pulls it in around the 5, and he'll take it on in. Khalil Shakir, touchdown Buffalo.
In this offense, they just continue to find such creative ways to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, and this time they use the pre-snap motion to help their guy gain leverage, and it's just an easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Bills are on the board. It's 10-7.
Patriots 10, Bills 7.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, Travion Henderson. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Flags fly. Looked like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6.
work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Again, it's Henderson. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. First down, New England.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
They'll go play action with May. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's May. Short pass caught by Henry, tight end. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, no doubt I'm going with the ball.
That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. 2nd down, they need 3. Throwing now is May. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws, and that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Pats can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, it's Ty Johnson. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Bills offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Man, that's the veteran Cooks. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Right back to Cooks. He's got another one. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Now Allen on first down. This one complete to Palmer. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Second and a yard at the 47-yard line.
Going to give it to Cook. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Buffalo.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
To the middle of the field. Caught by Shakir. And they will get the first down here and move it to field goal range inside the 25.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Second and 10.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Another Bills. First down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes.
Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Pass now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills move out in front by a point. It's 14-13.
Patriots, 13.
Much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, Travion Henderson. They get across the 20s, mark them at the 22-yard line. Just going to run it here up the middle. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. So it is a one-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter three begins. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. The Patriots offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Henderson, and they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Here's May. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs, and he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Patriots first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Douglas in motion. The RPO, that one is complete. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Third down and 9. May to throw again. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chuck play.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he's in! Touchdown, New England.
We used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and That's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So now May and the Patriots going to line up and go for two.
The Patriots will line up for a two-point conversion.
Stevenson going to try and run. And he gets in for the two-point conversion. And the lead bumps up to 7.
Complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. The Bills offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They're searching here for the tie score, down 21-14. They'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Allen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Cook. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. They will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
On the handoff, this is Cook, who managed to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Harold Landry, there on the tackle.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. In motion goes Cooks. So now they'll throw it with Allen. That's into the hands of the veteran Cooks. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He gets it to Samuel, left side.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
On fourth down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Patriots offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The middle, it's Henderson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. Into space at the 45. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15. And a 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
Run out of the gun, they're going to run with Henderson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun. It's May. He's got his man, Keyshawn Boutte. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. They get 22 yards there. 1st down, New England.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. 4th quarter begins on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
second down. It's May. He's got his big tight end. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point now for Portugales. The kick is good. And the Patriots will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
17.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Davis now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. What a way to kick off the drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Patriots' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot. Here's a handoff to Cook. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's Allen to throw. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone. That one's equal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and long. To throw is Allen. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. On the give, it's Henderson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Operating for the shotgun, it's May. That is caught downfield by Douglas. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
26 yards.
That one good for 26 yards.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
This one caught at the 4. And he's close to another first down. Brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll give it to Henderson. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, New England. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Borregales now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Pats are able to extend the lead.
Turn his TV off, 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 turn his TV off. Ain't no other king than his rep thing, make siblings. Nothing for my children. What? They disappearing. I'm in a city with a
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. The return, here comes Davis. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And He has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. In motion, Shakir. Allen goes with a pop pass. And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. From the gun, Josh Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
First down.
All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. He'll drop this underneath to Cook. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They come up for 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. He'll find Shakir open right side. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throw once more. Here's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
Allen to throw again. That one taken in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Buffalo.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game.
27.
One-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out. But 1 first down will essentially end the game. play fake. Here's May. Pass caught right side by Henry. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Henderson now on first and 10. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up first and goal. Now in timeout, Buffalo, they're second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. From a little further back, here's second and goal. So it's a win for the Patriots. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners at home as we say so long from Foxborough.